and town to the One Africa TV's WhatsApp on 081 200 6659 or send an SMS to 555. One Africa TV, it just gets better.
Still busy with trigonometry, and today we're looking at the area of a triangle. Now, we know now of a right angle triangle, it is half base height. We can work with that one, half base height. But then we're going to look in the area of any triangle, ABC. Now, before we start with that, you first need to understand the following. We label the side opposite the angle with a small letter. So that is side A, this is side B, and this is side C. And the formula that we're going to use now for area in any triangle is half BC sine A, 463. And we're looking at try now 23. We work with half base height. Just remember that your base and your height must be perpendicular. So if we take the first one there, number 1A, it will then be a half of 24 times 8. And my answer there is 96 square centimeters. Here is which two sides are you going to choose? They must be perpendicular. 18 times 9 that we will use there. 81 square centimeters. Number C. It must be the perpendicular ones. Now look at that one. The base will be 16 and the perpendicular height is 19. Half base height. They must be perpendicular. Here I got 152 square centimeters. And then number D, one triangle, so it's a half of 22 times 26, half base height. We just need to calculate the shaded area in 286 square centimeters. Or in a case like this, you can get the area of the rectangle and divide it by 2. Okay, so now we're going to look in any triangle. This is the now any triangle. So let's just make sure that we understand the following. If this is triangle ABC, then this is A, this is B, and this is C. And the formula that you're working with now, area, is half BC sine A. Half BC sine A. That will give us the area. So we're busy now with try now 24. That's the first one that we should look at there. In the triangle LMN, now I'm going to draw it just to get the idea. LMN, what are we talking about here? And they say MN is 6.8. NL is 3.8 and N is 76 degrees. There you can see it's the two sides and the included angle. So we're using this formula, half height, half BC sine A. This is what we're working with here now. So it will be a half of 6.8 times 3.8 and then sine 76 degrees. You can just press your calculator. 0.5 times 6.8 times 3.8 sine 76. And I have 12.5 square centimeters on that one. Once we know the formula, it is very easy to do this. The next one is number 2. Find the area of an equilateral triangle. Again, I'm drawing the picture, 10 centimeters. What do we know about the angles of an equilateral triangle? We know that they are all 60 degrees. So I can still use my formula, half BC sine A. Half BC sine A. So it's then a half of 10 times 10 sine 60 degrees. Sine 60 degrees. You just press the calculator there. I got 43.3 square centimeters. Right. The next one is now try now 25. Page 465. Okay. So these are now the ones. And you will see they're talking about cast also there in the example. And so we can also have that more than one angle then there. Right, let's look at the first one. In PQR, every time I'm going to draw the picture to find out which side is which one. Otherwise, you're going to struggle here. So PQ is 5, QR is 8, and now they gave us the area is 19 square centimeters, and we have to calculate Q. So it will still be a half of BC sine A. So now it will be a half of 5 times 8 sine A. This is what we want to calculate. And we have the area now to be 19 square centimeters. You have that area, so you equate it to that one there. So it will then be sine A. We do opposite operations. Here you divide by 2, so there you will times with 2. Here we will divide with 5 times 8. And eventually we will say second function sine that value then there. And I got 71.8 degrees. 71.8 degrees. It might be, this is now if it's an acute angle like this. But now remember, the picture can also look like this because we don't know the size of Q. So it might have been an obtuse angle as well. So all that we do then is we say 180 minus that 71, and then I got 108.2 degrees. So it might have been that as well. There's more than one possibility. Right, number 2, triangle ABC. ABC, and BC is 4, AB is 6, the area is 11, and we have to find B. Can you see? We have to find that included angle. So the formula is half BC sine A. So it is then a half of 6 times 4 sine A. This is what you want to calculate. And this, we equate it to 11. We equate it to 11. So sine A is then equal to 11 times 2, opposite operations here, divide by 6 times 4. And you will say second function sine, and A, look there that I write A now. It doesn't stay sine A. That's mathematically not correct. It's A now. And A is 66.4 degrees. Again, it could have been an obtuse angle. It might have been that obtuse angle there. So 180 minus that, and the other possibility is 113.6 degrees that we have there. Right, question 3. So we've got the sketch there. All that we do here is they've combined it now with algebra. Right. Now, what they say is the area is 18 square centimeters. So again, half BC sine A, and in this case, it is 18 square centimeters. So a half, just going to work with algebra, x plus 1, sine 30 degrees is equal to 18. Okay, we need to find x now. So if you press your calculator, then you will see sine 30 is a half. So I actually I would want to get rid of this half, and I will then get rid of this half. So we're going to say that this is 18 times 2 times 2, because I multiply with a reciprocal here. Sine 30 is a half, I multiply with the reciprocal. So now this part here is then x squared plus x. So eventually I have x squared plus x, and now I can calculate that value there. 18 times 2 times 2 is 72. So plus 72 is equal to 0. And then how did we solve these equations, these trinomials or quadratic equations? Can you remember what times what gives you the first term? X times x. Which factors of 72 will give me a 1? Sorry, this one will be a minus here because I bring it over. So if I subtract it, it must give me 1, and that would be 8 and 9. Signs differ. The biggest combination is positive. This is the biggest one, and this one is negative. So x is equal to 8, or x is equal to negative 9. And now you have to make a choice, and which one will we choose? This one, because the length of a triangle cannot be a negative value. Right, question 4. So we've got a parallelogram there. And this angle is 74 degrees. So they say the area is 100 square meters. Find the value of x. Now I'm going to work in the triangle, not in the rectangle. So half BC sine A. So now I'm not going to equate it to 100 because to 50 because I divide it by 2. So it is then a half of 2x times 3x sine 74. So multiply by 2 there, so it will be 50 times 2, divide by sine 74, and this will be 6x squared is equal to. So now you can just calculate that value. We will divide it by 6, you will square root it, and the answer is 4.16. 4.16. Right, and the last part is then now try now 26. So try now 26. A hexagon, a regular hexagon. Right, so the first one is then a hexagon, number A there. So a hexagon, so we know that it will be 6 times the area of one triangle there, and that is then a half. BC is 6 times 6, that's the length of the side, the radius then there, and then sine 60 degrees, because that is, if you have a hexagon, these angles there is 360 degrees, so one will be sine 60 degrees there. And this is the 93.5 square centimeters. At number B, the two areas are equal, so we're going to equate it to that one, and it is then a half of 2x squared times sine 110, and then I got that x So this will then be 2x squared is equal to 93.5 times 2 divided by sine 110. And then eventually you'll have to divide by 2 and root it. So 93.2 divided by sine 110 divide by 2. So I got 49.59. And if we root it in there, it will be 7.04. 7.04 will then be there.
Not into sports. That doesn't mean you don't like a good cheer. Or enjoy getting out your starting block.
It's delicious.
Thank you.
Just because you don't like sports doesn't mean you can't appreciate goals.
Keep going, keep going.
A good pair of boots. The importance of a change room or a silky swing.
Well, now it's a party.
You can still revel in different kinds of defenders,
Really?
attackers, drivers, and the occasional swimmer. You can still make a good catch. Push yourself to the limit. Celebrate a good delivery and work your way up the leaderboard. After all, you don't need to take to the field to get a good dose of entertainment. We've got everyone covered with the best movies, series, docus, and more. When it comes to DSTV, you always win.
When does the magic start?
It already started.
This is the Football Review. Gareth Bale was brilliant for Real Madrid, worth all of the 100 million euros the club paid for him. If you talk to me about what it means to finish second rather than third or fourth, I think second place is still first among the losers. It might be suggested Chelsea is still counting the cost. After scoring 107 goals on the way to the 2017 Ligue 1 title, Monaco managed just 40 from 28 games when last season was called off. History is written by the winners. That is what is remembered. The three most expensive transfers in Barcelona history are shaping as disasters. Injured more often than not, Ousmane Dembele and on loan Philippe Coutinho have had minimal impact. Struggling Antoine Griezmann has hardly been worth 120 million euros. Right now, they are costly mistakes by Barcelona. And this is the Football Review.
Today we're looking then at the sine rule. This is now when we work in any triangle, the sine rule. And as we said in the previous lesson, the first thing that you need to understand is that in a triangle, if this is triangle ABC, then this is side A, this is side B, and this is side C. That's the first very important fact that we need to know and what we're going to use here. Now, we can use the sine rule to find angles or the sides. And you will use this one if you have two opposite ones. So the angle and the side, and another angle and a side. Or it might be C as well. So the rule says A over sine A is equal to B over sine B. But it doesn't matter now, it might be C as well. Two sides and two opposite angles. The one that you want to calculate is the one that we're going to put in the left-hand top. So if it is a side, we're going to use this one. But if it is an angle, then we will say sine A over A is equal to sine B over B. So the one that we want to find is in the left-hand top. Now in your textbook, this is now, try now, you'll find it, it starts then there on page 467 where they explain it. And we're looking then now at try now 27, page 468. Page 468. They haven't drawn the triangles for you, so in the first place we're going to draw them so that we can see what we are talking about here. Now it is triangle LMN, and now they say that angle L is 60 degrees, angle M is 34 degrees, so I've got two angles there. LN is 3.8 centimeters, and this is what we need to calculate, MN. So, if you look here, you can see I've got a side and an angle, an opposite side and an angle, and the same thing here, the opposite side and the angle. And that's when we're going to use that sine rule. So I'm going to put the one that I want to calculate in the left-hand top. So this is then x over sine 60 degrees, which is equal to 3.8 over sine 34 degrees. So the opposite side and angle, opposite there. Now to calculate it now, this is with algebra that we will do it. I want to find x, so this is going to be 3.8. To get rid of this one here, to have x alone, I will multiply with sine 60. So what I do on the one side, I do on the other side, and then we divide by sine 34 degrees. And that's then just the calculation that we're going to do on our calculators. So 3.8 times sine 60 degrees is equal to divide by sine 34. And I got 5.885. It's also important that we will look at the rounding. So I got here 5.885. Sides are going to be rounded to 3 significant figures. So there is 3 significant figures. Will the 5 influence the 8? Yes. And it becomes then 5.89. 5.89. Right, number B, try now 27. Again, we're drawing the triangle PQR. Now, if I look at it like this, that one is 120 degrees R, and this is then Q. Angle Q is 20 degrees, and PQ 57 centimeters, that one then 57 centimeters, and I have to find RQ. That is what I want to calculate, RQ. Opposite sides, opposite angles. No, because I actually need this angle. Can you see? I've got that side, but I need that angle there. It must be opposite. But we can easily calculate it in here, and we know then that R is going to be 40 degrees. So now I can use my sine rule. Remember that sine rule says A over sine A is equal to B over sine B. So we want to calculate X or QR, and we put that one in the left-hand top. So this is now QR over sine 120 degrees is equal to 57 over sine 40 degrees. And again, to get QR now, I will multiply here, and I will also multiply on the right-hand side, sine 120 degrees, divide by sine 40 degrees. Divide by sine 40 degrees. So on my calculator, 57 times sine 120 is equal to divide by sine 40. And the answer is then, I got 76.795. Again, rounding it then to three significant figures. There's three significant figures. Will the 9 influence the 7? Yes. And it is rounded then to 76.8. 76.8. Okay. Right. The next one is number C. In triangle ABC, so I draw the picture so that I can see which one is which one. A, now they say A, the small letter A is 8. Angle A is 70 degrees. And angle B is 32 degrees. And we have to find this one, the small letter opposite the angle. Is equal to 8 over sine 70 degrees. So I will multiply 8 times sine 32 and the answer is, I got 4.51 centimeters. The next one is number D. Again, triangle PQR. We again have an obtuse angle there, Q, which is 105. So PQR. P is 27. And R is 15. R is the small letter there, so that one is 15. And we have to calculate Q, this one here. Opposite sides, opposite angles. Now here we can see we need angle R because this one is opposite that side and we don't have that. 105 minus 27. So I want to calculate Q. Q is opposite sine 105 equal to, and now I'm taking this one, so it is 15 over sine 48 degrees. Here we do multiplication, 15 times sine 105, divide by sine 48, divide by sine 48, and the length of Q is then 90. Now we're going to look at the next one where we are finding the angle now. So this is now try now 28. And we are busy on page 469. Page 469. Right, the first one there, I draw the picture. This is triangle PQ is 4 centimeters. QR is 5 centimeters. Find angle P. Find angle P. I use the sine rule with angle at the left-hand top. So I'm going to start with sine P. I reverse the sine P is opposite 5. And then here, sine 50 degrees is opposite 4. This time you want to calculate sine P. So sine P is then equal to 5 times sine 50 divide by 4. And now remember you want the angle, so we'll have to press on the calculators now. Sine brackets 5 times sine 50 by 4. You'll have to use extra brackets there, is equal to. Answer is 73.2 degrees. This is now angles one decimal place, 73.2 degrees there. So it works very easily. Number B. So again, we've got a triangle A. And this time, C is 13. This is opposite. So this is C, this is B, this is A. B is 20. So that one is 20. And angle C is 35 degrees. Now we have to find, the question is, what will B be? That is the one that I'm going to put in the left. So sine B, which one is opposite here? 20, is equal to sine 35 over 13. Opposite sides and angles. So you want sine B. So this is going to be 20 times sine 35 divide by 13. And again, this is the angle that you want to calculate. So this is a second function sine, brackets, another bracket, 20 times sine 35, close your bracket, divide by 13, close, and I got 61.9 degrees. Good, very good. So the sine rule, this is in every paper. We're going to get it every time. Now we're looking at try now 29. Now this is now a mixed exercise, and now you have to look what do you need to find every time. First do the sums and then you mark them. So again we've got a triangle PQR. PQR, I hope you can also see that you cannot do this unless you have a sketch from what you are working. So Q is 50 degrees, PR is 5 centimeters, QR is 4 centimeters, and I need to find both angles there. Now, which one will I find first? Remember opposite sides and opposite angles. So those two are opposite, and these two are opposite. So P. So sine P over, which one is opposite that one? 4 is equal to sine 50 degrees over 5. So sine P is equal to 4 times sine 50 divide by 5. So you will see every time I write P, I don't stick to sine P because then it's mathematically not correct. Brackets, another bracket, 4 times sine 50, close, divide by 5, close, is equal to, and I got 37.8 degrees. 37.8 degrees. No, sorry. This is now the wrong one. Number A. Yeah, 37.8 degrees there for P. Now, it's easy now to get R from there. You don't even need to do calculations. We can just say then that 180 minus that one minus 50 degrees, and the answer 180 minus 50 minus 37.8, and my answer is 92.2 degrees. So I can just get the answer there. Question B. In triangle ABC, so there's my triangle ABC, and C is 13. Now let's just label them again. This is C, this is A, this is B. So C is 13, B is 20, and C is 35 degrees. That one is 35 degrees. And we have to find angle B. Now, this is not the right one here. Just redo this one. Number B. So there's the triangle ABC. ABC. And let's label them again. This is B, this is A, this is C. Make sure that you understand that. So C is 7, B is 5, and C is 47 degrees. There is C, 47 degrees. So we have to find angle A. They want A. So that means that sine A, which side is opposite? C is 7, B is 5, angle C is 47 degrees, find angle A. Now this one is going to give a problem because I don't have opposite sides and opposite angles. ABC, C is 7, B is 5, and C is 47 degrees. Right, so we cannot directly find A now here because you can see I don't have an opposite side and an opposite angle. So I'm first going to find B because there I have a side there. So sine B over 5 is equal to sine 47 over 7. Now it is possible to find B and then we will find A. So 5 times sine 47 divide by 7. This is a second function because you want the angle, second function sine, and I get that B is then 31.493. I'm not going to round off now because I will round off in a final answer. And now we can find A, 180 degrees minus 47 minus that 31, and my answer is 101.5 degrees. Then I can find that angle then there. Right, question C. Triangle KLM. KLM. K, so again, let's label them first. So this is K, this is L. In the diagram, A and B are two opposite sides on the bank of a river. And the angle here is 45 degrees. A man swims 180 meters. This is now this distance here from B to N. Assume that the river banks are parallel, and this length here is 237. So what we want to calculate now is A in B. So we want to find this angle. Can I use the sine rule? Yes, because you have opposite sides and opposite angles. So sine N over 237 is equal to sine 45 over 180. So to find that angle, it is sine N is then 237 times sine 45 divide by 180. Second function sine, because you want that angle, second function sine, and my angle is 68.6 degrees. 68.6 degrees. Make sure that you press your calculators correctly. If you get wrong answers, it means that you'll have to use extra brackets here to get the correct answer. And then they say the distance AN. So now this is what we want to calculate. So it is then AN over, now we have to put it over the opposite angle, isn't it? So I need B. I don't have B at this stage. So it will then be 180 degrees minus 45 minus that 68.6 degrees, 66.4. So over sine 66.4 is equal to, and now I'm going to take this 2, so it's that length. Remember, they must be opposite each other, over sine 45. And if we press the calculator now, AN, and it's then 180 times sine 66.4, divide by sine 45, and the angle is then, or the distance then is 233 meters. The distance there. Right, now the last one on the sine rule. Christo is making a map of his local area. He knows that the monument, so let's have a triangle. There's the monument, his house, and the sports center. So the monument is 460 from his house, and the sports center is 406 from the monument, and angle HSM is 70 degrees. This is my information, and I have to find H. This is what we want to calculate here. Do I have opposite sides and opposite angles? Yes. So I can say that sine H over 406, the opposite one there, is equal to sine 70, and this one is opposite 460. So sine H is equal to 406 times sine 70 divide by 460. Second function sine, and we can calculate H then there, 56.0 degrees. Right, grade 11s, that is then sine, the sine rule.
Hey. As I walk through the desert, I'm bare feet. I'm looking for shade, I feel the sun's heat. I've been through a lot, my heart is concrete. I let the earth quake when I speak. I don't understand why everybody's pointing fingers at me. Whatever happened to the positive, the good things I've done, why you judging me? Newspapers write, gossip talk, but I don't pay them attention just by the way I walk. See, I was taught better, I should have known better. The same people say they love you, change like bad weather. Who are the baselis, who ira iba eh? Let's a hound was like a game iba eh? Think was the case and half a talk not a dani ma day. Think the sang uri rabeda is garage. Bebondatira, relundilira, fimbo la vita, giornale, cercare giornale. I'm still here. I'm still here. And I'll breathe. Il est nous quoi et te wa dewe. Il te va evange. Il est nous quoi et te wa dewe. Il te va evange. This is not the life that I've asked for. I came this far, but will I last long? The media attached me with my past wrongs. All the negative I've done that has passed on. Please understand, I'm trying to be a better man. So much pain in my heart that has settled in. Looking for solutions in the bottle, drinking Jameson. The pain I've been through, I could not handle, man. Everybody's hoping, wishing for my downfall. They say it's alcohol, I don't agree at all. They say I'm short-tempered, yes, I do agree more. Everybody's perfect, I need a prayer, dear Lord. Despite whatever I've been through, despite what the rumors is, despite what they talk about me, try to break me down negatively, you know, I remain to keep moving, I remain to take those steps, you know, just for the progress of things in life. There's nothing you can do to me, try to break me down, you know. I keep on moving on.
Hello Namibia, my name is Adora and welcome to a brand new edition of the cool new show called The Equilateral. On this show we get to know who our artists really are behind the scenes and what inspires them, what keeps them going, what makes them tick. What are some of your favorite sounds?
Trap music, hip-hop.
Yeah, okay.
Hip-hop, Afro dancehall.
We came from a background whereby we were raised by our grannies. So it's not the shameful thing for me to do because we used to sell, and the we would work from Fambolokasi to
Walla Walla Namibia, this is your boy Tulisan. Don't forget to watch the Ain't Like a Vibe TV show on One Africa Television.
One day we went to I think it's the opening of Oshakati Stadium. Then I was a lead singer there. Then this DJ Remind came to me and was like, "Hi, don't you want to be a solo artist?" I said, "What is solo?"
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is DJ Siambra Masukiro Mkwampiri Perez Kabuka. Please return from the mic to this region.
Happy Friday, what's up? It's Friday, happy Friday.
Abdallah is joining us in the hot seat.
She said it right. She said it right. She said it right.
Welcome to the tribe.
Thank you so much.
Hi to Hola, Namibia. Welcome to the tribe on One Africa TV. My name is Shay the Goddess, and I keep you company every Friday, along with some of Namibia's biggest artists right here on this platform.
Accommodation is the ability of the eye to focus on distant and near objects.
And I bring it in contact with the electroscope. What you must keep in mind is positive charge can't move. It is the negative charge that moves.
So the first one, EF, is then going to be 0 minus negative 2 over 4 minus negative 4. Look at my signs. If you go wrong there, if you don't substitute in brackets, you're definitely going to get wrong answers.